Today, I'm going to be showing you how to access Genshin Impact private servers for version 2.7 through two different methods. The download links for the private server files are going to be in the description box below. I've also included a link to the GRASSCUTTER's Discord server, because they were the development team behind all of this. Without them, these private servers wouldn't exist today, so be sure to join the Discord, as you can support the devs, and the server has a friendly community who can help anyone out with technical issues when it comes to installation of the server. The gameplay which is being presented right now was taken directly off of the private server. Be sure to keep in mind that not everything is fully functional, as the server is a work in progress. Other than that, be sure to follow the instructional video very carefully to reduce the risk of any errors occurring through the installation process. Without further ado, let's begin with the tutorial. The first method to access a Genshin Impact private server involves the use of a program called Fiddler. You can actually download this program off of the Fiddler website, or you can use the sketchy link which was provided in the description box.
Yes, excellent!
You're going to download the file. It'll be downloaded in a zip format. You're going to want to unzip this and you're going to find a folder called Fiddler Method inside of it. You're going to want to drag this folder to the directory of your choice. I've already dragged it to my desktop, which is right here. So I'm going to close this out. So after this, you're going to open up the Fiddler Method folder and start the file which is inside of it, known as fiddlersetup.exe. So you're going to agree and install this software. So installation was successful. So I think there is a longer install prompt, but since I've installed this program before, it was very fast for me. But ideally there's a different prompt that you have to go through to install this software. So after it's installed, you're going to want to first open the software. So let's drag it here. Okay, then after opening it, you're going to want to go to the Fiddler script tab. You're going to want to select all of this and delete it. You're going to want to go to Tools, Options, HTTPS, Decrypt HTTPS Traffic, Actions, Trust Root Certificate, press yes again. You'll get a prompt that says Fiddler Classic would like to make changes to your device, press yes, and then you'll get a notification which says added Fiddler Classics root certificates to the machine root list. You're going to want to press OK again. After that, you're going to want to open this text file which is included within the MediaFire folder, the MediaFire zip folder that you downloaded. You're going to want to select the contents of all of this. You're going to copy this and you're going to paste it into your Fiddler script and press Save Script. So after you've saved your script, you're going to want to go to Genshin Impact, launch the game. So here we have opened up our Genshin Impact launcher. We're going to press launch. I'm going to wait for the game to load. Okay, it has launched in my other monitor, so I'm going to drag it over. And as you can see, it's going to say game account cache information error, and I type in a random username. I just wanted to mention that you can type in any username you want, and also remember not to use your actual account in this private server, because the security features aren't up to date, or sometimes it could also get hacked and you'll run into issues if you give your real username and password. So just type in any random username which isn't your real username, and any password will do. You're not going to have to use the same password to log in every time. It's actually just the username that you have to use to log in. Just a random password, press start, and agree to the terms, press start. And it should just work without you having to do anything. I just typed in one key on my keyboard and I already had a username input, so I didn't really have to do anything. So here we are on the private server. You're gonna have to go through the beginning scene. So as you can see, the server is indeed working. I'm gonna open the command portal or the chat in this sense, and I'm gonna type in /help. It will give you a list of commands that you can use to play on the server. For example, I can type /give all. Now I have received okay, so I'm gonna go into commands at the end of the video, so I'll link another timestamp for that if you made it this far. And now I'm gonna show you how to do the server installation through the second method. So this is the second method of accessing the Genshin Impact private servers. This method is going to involve creating a proxy host server on your computer itself, and from there you'll be able to gain all the features of a server that's hosted by someone, but instead it's going to be hosted locally. I actually prefer this method compared to the other method of using the filler script because it is more secure, as you are hosting the server yourself on the local machine, and it also is much faster. But the only drawback is it is a bit more complicated to install. But if you follow the tutorial carefully, you will be able to do it without any problem. I also wanted to say that I left a link for the GitHub of the GRASSCUTTER files, and you can go to the GitHub link to follow a written guide if you prefer that way. So in the description box below, I posted 4 different links under the method 2 section. What you're going to want to do is open up the first link, which is going to be the link to Java JDK 17. What you're going to want to do is scroll down and download the version for the computer that you are using. So I'm using a Windows version, x64, so I'm going to download Windows x64 MSI installer. I've already downloaded and installed this, so I'm not going to do it again. But just download this file, install it to your machine, and you should be good to go. So after you install this, you're going to want to go to MongoDB community download, and you're going to want to download. So this is what you'll see when you open up the website. You're going to scroll down and open up the community server section. After that, you're going to click here, and you're going to click 5.0.9. You could use this, but this one is a bit more buggy as it's a release candidate. So click 5.0.9, sorry, for the most stable version. You're gonna pick whatever platform you have this on. So I'm on Windows. And then your package, you can go MSI or zip. I prefer MSI because it's faster. You're gonna want to download this. So I'm gonna wait for this to download. It's gonna take a bit of time, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so now that it's done downloading, I'm gonna open this file and install it to my computer. So this is the prompt which should show up. I'm gonna accept the license agreement, and then press complete installation, and press install MongoD as a service, and click run service as a network service. Service name, everything else here is correct. Just make sure everything is correct. Press next. And then you can choose to check this box or uncheck this box depending on if you want to be able to edit your private server. So I want to edit it. Ideally, most people, I don't think they care, nor do they want this because it's a bit more complicated, but I'm going to do it just because I want it. I'll go into this in another video if you guys want to know how to edit more data on your private server. So for now, I'm just going to press check. I'm going to check this box. You don't have to. I'm going to press next and then install. So I'm going to wait for this to install. Okay, so now that my MongoDB is done installing, I'm going to press finish. And now I'm going to go to the third link in the description under method 2, which is going to be the GRASSCUTTER launcher. So this launcher is what's going to help you actually A, launch the game, and B, it's going to help you launch your proxy for the server. So what you're going to want to do is go to this link and then download grassclipper.zip. That was very fast. And once again, you're going to want to extract this to the directory of your choice. There we go. So I'm gonna do this again, but there we go. So I've extracted this to my D drive, and what I'm gonna do next is exit out of this, open up the folder, and then we have GRASSCUTTER.exe. Now this file won't actually open unless you have Microsoft WebView 2 installed, and you can install that from the GrassCutter's GitHub. But another alternative that I found to opening this file is creating a shortcut. You can put this shortcut anywhere you want. I can even put it in my desktop if I want. So I'm gonna put it in my desktop, and I'm gonna delete this file. I'm gonna put this to my desktop, and what I'm gonna do is right click on it, click on properties, and where it says target, I'm gonna type in space dash mode equals and the browser that you want to open this in. So I use Chrome, so I'm gonna type in Chrome, and I'm gonna press apply and OK. So now I should be able to open the GrassClipper launcher. And if it's your first time installing GrassClipper, it's going to say this is your first time opening GrassClipper. So you're going to want to run the proxy installer. Click install. And if this prompt doesn't show up for you, you can go to settings and then click install for the proxy right there. So after you press install on the proxy installer, this command prompt is going to show up. Okay, this second box is going to show up, and it's going to give you this prompt, and what you're going to want to do is copy. You're going to want to copy this command. So I'm going to select it, press Ctrl C, and I'm going to press any key to continue. What I'm going to do next is I'll come up to my search bar, type in CMD, and then run as administrator. This is very important, and it's going to ask you if you want to run this as an administrator. You're going to want to open up your command prompt, Control V to paste the command that you just copied, then press enter, and it's going to say a command completed successfully if you did this correctly, and the MIT-M proxy has been added to the store. You're going to want to exit out of this. So after that, what you're going to want to do is come to this area that says set game executable. You're going to click on the folder right here. So since this is the first time, actually just press the yellow button. Don't click on the folder. That was my mistake. And then you're going to want to go to where your Genshin Impact is installed. So go to the Genshin Impact folder, and then you're going to want to go to Genshin Impact game. Be very careful. You want to set the game executable to the actual game, not the launcher. If it's launcher.exe, that is not the correct executable. You're going to go to Genshin Impact game, then Genshin Impact.exe, press open, and your left panel should turn into this picture. After that, what you're going to want to do is press this download button. So it's going to be a small box with an arrow. And then you've already installed GrassCutter. And then what you're going to want to do is install the actual GrassCutter data. So this is going to be data for the server which you're going to be hosting. So what you're going to do is download the GrassCutter stable build and press download. You can also download the development build if you want. After a certain period of time, this command prompt should show up. Okay, so when you've come to this step, it's going to ask you if you want to download the server resources, and also make sure that your Java version is compatible. It should say compatible if you downloaded the version which I provided in the description box. So you're going to want to press Y on your keyboard and press enter. So after this has happened, you're gonna see a prompt which says GrassCutter/temp/resources zip expansion is in progress. Just gonna wait for that, and the files will be extracted to your PC. Okay, now that you've installed the resources for GrassCutter, what you're gonna want to do is open up GrassClipper once again, which is your launcher, and then you're gonna want to go to launch local server. If this panel is not there for you, what you're going to want to do is click this gear icon and check the box which says enable local server. This box actually toggles this panel. So you're going to want to launch the local server, and you're going to get a command prompt like this. If this is your first time opening this, it's going to ask you what languages that you want to install the server on. I'm going to choose English because I know how to speak and read English. I'm going to press enter. Don't actually type anything, just press enter. English is the default language for GRASSCUTTER. It'll type in, or sorry, it will give you all this information. What you're going to want to do is type in help if you want to know what the various commands are that can be used. And as you can see, modify user accounts is one of the commands that shows up. And since it's your first time installing the private server, what you're going to do is type accounts, create whatever username that you want. So I want my name to be Daybreaker, and then whatever user ID you want. So I'm gonna, for example, I can use the user ID 9898, and then you want to press enter. It'll tell you that your account was created with the user ID 9898. Then what you're going to want to do is go back to GRASSCUTTER and have this open. This is very important. Have this command prompt open. Go to GRASSCUTTER and click play on GRASSCUTTER. You're going to see another command prompt open, and it's going to ask you to launch the game. This second command prompt should be called proxy server in the top right. So my game is launching as of now. There we go. So my game has launched. Since it's your first time on the private server, it might take a bit longer or to load. It's going to ask you to log in. It might say connection failed, but that's okay. I'm going to type in the account that I just created, and then any random password will do. I'm just going to press the letter K. You can use a different password every time, it does not matter. And this is completely fine because it is the server is hosted on your local machine. There will be no issues. You want to press start game. Okay, so if it says connection failed, try again later. What you're going to want to do is close Genshin and close your GRASSCUTTER server, and you can press Ctrl+C twice to close this. Okay, so we've closed it. It's going to say stop being Javelin. Exit out. You want to press launch local server again. It's going to open up the command prompt again. What you're going to want to do is type in 127.0.0.0.1, leave the port number blank, and then press play on GRASSCUTTER again, and it should open up the proxy server one more time. This step is an extra step, which usually happens when you're opening up the private server for the first time. So once again, we've launched our game. It shouldn't take as long to load this time. Okay, so it doesn't give that connection error anymore. I'm going to type in the name of the account that we created. And once again, any random password. I'm just going to press T this time. I'm going to press start game and agree to the following. Accept. And the data will load. And we're in. You're going to get the same cutscene one more time. So I'm going to fast forward through that cutscene. Okay, so the game has now launched and you're able to play normally. Once again, you want to press enter and add the chat participant, and you're going to be able to add this server member, and you're going to be able to use commands now. So you can type in help for the list of commands. So these are the various commands that you can use. The main command you're going to want to know to get everything that's available to you is /giveall. I'm going to type in this command, and it's going to give me everything in the game. Also, keep in mind I'm using the local server, not the server that was accessed through Fiddler. So I've typed in give all, I've gotten everything. If I check my inventory, I should have every single weapon right here. Should have maxed essence. I should have all the materials, all the food, everything else that's available. So now with this, you can add characters to your party. So if you go to your party setup, you can add whatever characters you want.
I'll scout ahead.
For example, I'm gonna add in 4 random characters.
And the crowd goes wild!
I'm here.
And you can switch between them. So another useful command that you're gonna want to know is set world level. So you can use this command to increase the level of your world. So as of now, I am world level 0. But if I go type in /set world level 8, my world level has been set to world level 8, and now all the monsters that spawn in my world will be at a higher level. And the last useful command that I'm going to show you is going to be the command for increasing your adventure rank level. Because as of now, I'm only adventure rank 34. Let's open up the console first. Is /give 102, and 102 is the item ID that you're going to give to yourself. So this is the item ID for adventure rank XP, and you're going to type in how much adventure rank XP you want. So ideally, I'm going to assume most people want to just directly go to AR60. Just going to type in 99999, and I've gotten that much adventure rank XP. Now I'm AR44. Let's do this again. 102 space 999. And I got more adventure rank XP, and now I am AR60. If you want more commands, be sure to say that in the comments below, and I might actually make another video going into all the commands, or many of the commands that can be used to enhance your gameplay experience. But for now, that is all I'm going to show you, because this video is getting a bit too long. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to my channel. This is my first video, so I'm going to see what the response is and see if you want me to change anything in the future. Thank you for watching.